Hello, good evening, and welcome. I'm John Lazarus with Stories Matter and D&E Publishing. With all the recent talk about book bans in the news lately, I decided to start this series, where we'll look at some highly controversial books throughout history. After a general introduction to each work, we'll carefully weigh the pros and cons of promoting, censoring, or destroying each book. Books with redeeming characteristics earn the buy status, books deserving of their notorious reputation will be marked ban, and books with no worthwhile qualities at all will earn the title of burn. In today's introductory installment, we're going to look at Khaled Hosseini's 2003 novel, The Kite Runner. But first, a word from our sponsor. Today's video is brought to you by opium. A muscle relaxant, decongestant, pain alleviator, and diarrhea suppressant rolled into one, opium is the cure for what ails you. Cholera, typhoid, and dysentery sufferers alike will tell you nothing beats opium. Consult your physician to inquire whether opium is right for you. So, just a little bit of background about The Kite Runner. According to Wikipedia, The Kite Runner tells the story of Amir, a young boy from the Wazir Akbar Khan district of Kabul. The story is set against the backdrop of tumultuous events from the fall of Afghanistan's monarchy through the Soviet invasion, the exodus of refugees to Pakistan and the United States, and the rise of the Taliban regime. Multiple school districts have banned the book, citing a multitude of reasons, from its graphic depictions of sexual violence to acknowledging the existence of Islam. Now, to start off, we're going to look at some of the positives and discuss the things that The Kite Runner does right. For starters, The Kite Runner is only 371 pages long. So it's long enough to make you look smart, but short enough that if you give up on it and people see you reading a new book the next week, they won't doubt you finished it. The Kite Runner also contains some good background information about Afghanistan and its history. Reading it makes you an expert in Middle East history and international affairs, basically. In addition, The Kite Runner, like all important books, is really depressing while making you happy that your life doesn't suck so much. Another bonus, there is a movie of the book, so in case you hate it, but still want to know how it ends. Finally, every time Afghanistan is in the news, the book goes in pretty high demand, so you can still get like a couple of bucks for it at most used bookstores. Now on to the cons. The biggest problem I could find with The Kite Runner is that it doesn't take place in America, Europe, or any other country you could find on a map. The novel also promotes the simultaneous act of running and kite flying, which not only promotes the exclusion of plus-size children from the kite running community, but will almost certainly lead to a child recklessly running off a cliff and plummeting to their death. Another issue I have, the book contains a number of words in some sort of Afghanistani language that the author doesn't bother translating. As for the film, the child actors had to leave Afghanistan after receiving death threats for their roles in the movie, proving what I assumed all along was that this was a cheap ripoff of Star Wars. And finally, most criticism and bans of the book are predicated on certain scenes and situations. A graphic rape, the stoning of an adulterous couple, a young boy forced into prostitution. And I agree, these are all bad things people shouldn't have to think about. Final verdict. While The Kite Runner is a difficult read and probably doesn't belong in a kindergarten classroom, I must admit that the novel is too important of a document of a people and their struggle to ban or burn. It definitely has a rightful spot in the pantheon of books that make white people care about other cultures for a few days. Definitely buy this one. That's all for this time. See you on the next one.